This game on going. Poof. Oh no. All right. Warning, sensitivity warning, Capcom warning, autosave warning. All right. Turnabout Storyteller. Windows Mood Matrix. Okay, let's go. Oh. Prosecutor said, Marty, please continue. Thank you, Your Honor. Defense, you know of the soba-making implements in the dressing room, correct? Is he talking about the equipment for making soba noodles? You speak of the large bowl that is used to mix buckwheat flour and water, the long rolling pin, and the special knife that is used to cut the dough into noodles. Precisely. These tools all came from the accused's soba shop. You mean they didn't belong to Master Tornado? Mr. Whet had visited the dressing room to give the victim a soba-making lesson. And that visit was before 4 p.m. I'm afraid that after the accused kneaded the dough and made those noodles, he committed the act of murder. But wait, that doesn't add up. If Mr. Wet killed the victim before 4 p.m., why would he return to that room at a later time? Oh. Ah! Hydrate, we just got started. Oh. All right. Heck, thank you, Order Smell. Wet soba. Your kit and caboodle when it comes to noodles. Oh my. Hi, Ms. Chickadee. Hey, Asami. Hey, Okami, welcome in. The reason I went back is because Master Tornado ordered uncooked noodles. Oh. Mr. Wet? Yesterday, I brought noodle making tools to the dressing room around 2 p.m. That's when Master Tornado ordered uncooked soba noodles to stock up on. Uncooked noodles to stock up on? Yes, ma'am. Master Tornado kept a supply of soba noodles from my shop in his fridge. We only had one serving left, so I went back to my shop to get some more. One serving of noodles in the fridge? But I thought the fridge was practically empty. Anyway, whereabouts in missing noodles isn't all that important right now. I think they're in that bowl of soba, ain't they? You ran into me and Gator when you came back to deliver the uncooked soba, correct? That's right, Sammy. I made time out of my busy day to deliver him the noodles. And you know what? He ignored me when I called to him from the inner doorway. He just kept mumbling rock-and-go lines for ages. So I got mad, went back to my sober shop.
Ah, so that's why you got mad. If what he's saying is true, and there's no way it could be the murderer.
I swear I'm telling the truth, Miss Chick. Poor fella.
Bailiff, quick. Get this man to the infirmary. Well, I dare say he's quite the handful.
Your Honor, please accept statements Mr. Wetton made just now into evidence.
Objection.
I believe the accused statement about going to the room at around 2 p.m. is true, for it falls within the victim's estimated time of death. That opens up the possibility that the crime was committed between 2 and 4 p.m. That's some critical information. Yes, Your Honor. But other than that one point, Mr. Whett's statement are dubious and without proof. The man needs to eat better cooked noodle.
Objection.
They're the words to defend himself. Simon, back me up here.
He has a point. If I were the prosecutor, I wouldn't accept them either. While I understand the defense's feelings on the matter, this court is unable to accept anything other than the time the defendant made his visit.
Now what do I do?
I trust you have no further objections, defense. At last, the time has come to send the soul of the victim onward toward the twilight realm.
Silence.
What are you hammering on about, Prosecutor Sadmonk? We still have something we need to question Nuendo about.
We do?
Like what? Well, don't just stand there. But we don't have any evidence left to present. Have you forgotten already? Isn't there still a hidden witness you have yet to question? Hidden witness? Oh, that's right. Your Honor, there's still one more issue we haven't finished discussing yet.
Oh? And what is this bit of unfinished business?
We haven't finished discussing this issue related to Wendo.
Heck. Okay, we know where Wendo's alibi is, sure. The time sober, and well, time sober is what we were talking about when we left. And I do think we got distracted. I don't have enough back scroll to learn any of that. So I'm pretty sure it's not the alibi. We did not. Well, okay. Wendo did say that doing time sober was their defense was it was a prank. Fine. We haven't figured out Owen yet, so I'm going to see if it'll let us talk about that.
We still have to discuss the possibility of a fourth personality, the one named Owen.
Are you suggesting that this fourth personality of Wendo's might be the true culprit?
Jeez, not that again. I told you we don't know anything about this Owen. Look, Wendo, I know you don't have any motive to kill your master, but this Owen may have one for all we know. This Owen may have one for all we know.
Come clean now, Uendo. You've got another personality stashed away, haven't you?
I wouldn't put it in an accusing way like that. Please tell us everything you know about Owen. Because, yeah. It's not necessarily the case that someone would be conspiring to keep it from you. Some plural people just don't know. It might take them time to learn about their other alters. Anyway, please tell us everything you know about Owen.
That's enough. The witness has already stated that he knows not of any Owen character.
Bravo. You tell him, Mr. Prosecutor.
Hey, Patches. If you claim you don't know Owen when you really do, that's tantamount to perjury. If you want to exercise your right to remain silent, however, well, that's a different story. Do not listen to the depraved prosecutor witness. You will be tainted with his evil. Do you have any idea how dark and cold a prison cell is? I exercise my right to remain silent. What's this now? Changing horses in midstream, are you?
Shut up. I will remain silent, and that's it.
Patches, you fool. You stay out of this. Patches is not the brightest bulb in that box you got to call a noggin, is he? The fact that... excuse me. The fact that he switched from I do not know any Owen to I will remain silent is proof that he does know about Owen. First off, it's not how the Fifth Amendment is supposed to work. Unfortunately, it can be applied that way for sure.
There it is again. Simon's formidable psychological manipulation tactic. I'm sure glad he's on my side today.
Objection.
You dirty, despicable, depraved prosecutor. You were leading the witness. Witness, there is no need for you to submit yourself to the defense's questioning.
Objection.
Your Honor, the window is definitely hiding something. Please allow me to question this witness about the existence of Owen.
I suppose only this witness can confirm or deny the existence of Owen for us. Very well, I will allow the defense to proceed. Holkunka. Witness testimony about Owen. I've never met any personality named Owen. Patches was just blurting out nonsense in a panic.
We're always aware, so we definitely noticed if a personality like that showed up.
How dare you treat me like a criminal based on mere conjecture?
Wow. How am I supposed to deal with the testimony of three personalities?
Unless you can prove the existence of Owen here, it's all over. You'd best screw your courage to the sticking place and attack their testimony head on.
All right, I will. Just stop piling the pressure on me. I have to draw out some info. Anything to drag Owen out into the open.
Cross-examination. About Owen. I've never met any personality named Owen.
Hold it!
Met, huh? Is that how you experience each other? Like people meeting on the street?
Well, it's more like all three of us are always here. And the personality that's most suited to the moment is the one that comes out.
So when you're out a window, what are the other two doing?
Well, we never know when our turn will come, right? And so we stand by and listen.
So that means all three of you share the same memories?
I never really thought about it, but I guess that's right.
I see. Thank you. Please continue.
Patches was just blurting out nonsense in a panic.
Hold it!
Patches, can I have a word with you, please? Why, hello. You rang? You said at first you didn't know anybody named Owen, but then you exercised your right to remain silent. Were you afraid of committing perjury? You see, I'll take over from here if you don't mind. Listen, I hate to say it, but Patches is about as smart as a sack of rocks. If you grill him with a bunch of highfalutin words, he's going to want to keep silent. I see. So looking after loose tongue Patches is your role, is it, Ms. Kisagawa? Well, I don't know about that, but anyway, I do know that Patches was just flustered, and that's why he decided to remain silent. We're always aware, so we definitely noticed a personality like that showed up.
Hold it!
What if, for some reason, you three were unconscious at the time of the incident? If the three weren't alert or aware, what would happen? What would happen? I'm not even sure what you mean. I mean, you three share the same memories, right? But what if Owen's different? What if he has memories separate from yours? Maybe Owen emerges when the three of you are unaware or unconscious.
Objection!
Instead of speaking as if this fourth personality is a foregone conclusion, I suggest you prove his existence first. Well, we've already seen three personalities. A fourth wouldn't be a stretch. You dishonor the victim and this court by jumping to such conclusions without proof. Have you ever heard these old sayings, Prosecutor said, Marty? What happens twice will happen thrice. If you see one, they're likely 30 in your home.
Just watched a thing about many cute indie games that we will have to watch together soon.
Oh dear. I'm basing my theory on such premises. Comparing us to cockroaches, do we bugger that much, girlie? But how do you intend to prove it? How will you prove that all three personalities became unconscious, as you say? Unless you can do that, all of this talk is merely empty speculation. Well, don't be so timid. If you don't have it, then find it. Look for something that could render Wendo and the others unconscious. Well, maybe they did more than stumble over the TV. Maybe they completely, well, of course that goes the idea we're having where the TV is there to show that he's been dead a lot longer. But then also bark, bark, bark. Hydrate? Yeah, I can do that. I was making soba flour, 2 drink cans in the fridge. This is liquor, isn't it? I don't know how liquor works. That's a possibility, maybe. If someone got suffocated.
Juice.
Camel juice. Alright, thank you for the hydrated rich now. Okay, I mean...
My gluten juice.
If someone suffocates in a room, perhaps, other people in the room could also suffocate if it's not being actually choked or anything. Like if the air is very bad. someone is doing a balloon act, maybe they're filling the room with helium. The dog burying leftovers. Ouch. Wavy equipment, nostalgic, traditional hound. What if it turns out that the words themselves are the important part? Resting, do not disturb. Also camely marked. Look for something that could render Uendo and the others unconscious. Simon's right. I can't back down now. For my client, Mr. Wet, I have to. Wait, Mr. Wet. Let me rest. Maybe if I were a lump of regular flour dough for udon noodles. I'm fresh, like my soba. You don't let soba dough rest. It's all about the three freshes. Grind the buckwheat seeds fresh, cut the dough fresh, boil the noodles fresh. There you go. He's blocked out. Mr. Wet, fallen unconscious. Wait a minute, I think I got it. Ms. Sykes, you have proof to back up your theory? Yeah. Yes, Your Honor, I do. Proof is right here in this crime photo. It is? In that case, please point out what supports your theory. This most likely is what caused Wendo to lose unconsciousness. To lose consciousness, even.
Take that!
This is probably what made Wendo lose consciousness. Ah, yes, the sake. And isn't it just like Master Tornado to pick fine brand like a camel? Sake? Oh, you mean rice wine? Oh, please, don't call it rice wine. That's so unsophisticated, and it's not even wine. Silly girl. I must agree, you need to become more cultured, Thea. Tomatoes, made of rice, and people get drunk from drinking it, right? It's called sake. End of story. Fine, sake it is then. Ay, caramba. Everybody's so touchy about these things. Okay, so, I know you're trying to explain this for an audience that only eats hamburgers and doesn't know Japanese things, but also Athena, who really loves using foreign language expressions, is the last person to push back on this kind of thing. Objection. Ah, caramba. Everybody's so touchy about these things. I recall Master Tornado would often have a drink or two before performing. He said it made him more eloquent. Drinking too much of the stuff can make one lose consciousness, though, of course. And look, there are 2 glasses on the table. Wando, I believe your master offered you some sake. And then, you must have drank too much and passed out. That's when your 4th personality Owen emerged. I drank sake. Oh, that's a good one. You have a real sweet tooth, you see, so yes, we did accept a sugary red beet bomb. But since we really dislike sake, we said no. No thank you to that. Believe it or not, we're real weak when it comes to booze. Oh, are you? You know these buns are also the same Camel brand, right? I wonder if that's, oh good heck. Even a tiny drop can knock us right out. So you see, I had a sweet manju bun, but I didn't drink any sake. What? That can't be right. The defense demands the glasses be examined right away. Amateur, did you really think that I had not already done so? Your foolishness is beyond the pale. Oof. Ike. Don't tell me. There was no trace of witness having touched either of the glasses. Naturally. Right, of course. Ms. Sykes, would you like the witness's statement added to his testimony? Yes, please, Your Honor. Very well. I had a sweet mango bun, but I didn't drink any sake.
Hold it!
So if you had even a tiny sip of sake, you'd conk right out, huh? That's why you didn't touch a glass of Master Tornado offered, correct? Yes, that's right. Then maybe you ate something that had sake in it as an ingredient? I don't recall doing anything like that. Well, if you got knocked right out, you would. He doesn't recall doing it. But that doesn't necessarily mean he didn't. He just might not have known that he did. I better take another good look at the evidence. So he didn't drink any sake, hmm? Oh boy, now we're in trouble. That kind of answer is exactly why Satamon keeps insulting you. Now, use your head. There are countless ways Wendo could have gotten sake into his mouth besides drinking it. Well, I don't know about the countless part, but nothing. Give it some thought, you'll figure something out. So a witness must have had something that contained sake. Is there anything in the court record that hints at something like that? Yeah. The buns are literally printed with the camel logo. Bark. Okay, so anyway.
Hold it!
So if you had even... Oh, hold on. I hit the wrong button. I meant to do presentation. Not presentation. Ah! Yes, there is. I know this has camels on it, but nothing else actually shows that. Okay.
Objection!
No! Your Honor, witness statement contradicts this piece of evidence. Oh, well, let us ask that panda over there. Probably should do at the point where they say they... Wait, no, that was the place where they said they had a bug. Bark. Well, let us ask that panda over there what he thinks. Is there really a contradiction here, oh noble panda? No, there is no contradiction. And there you have it. If Mr. Panda says there is none, then it must be true. Yes, down, boy. Nice, panda. Okay, so... I don't even remember the bits that I've examined, heck.
Hold it!
Well, what if for some reason you three were unconscious at the time of the incident? If the three weren't alert and aware, what would happen? What would happen? Oh yeah, okay, we can talk about that. I'm not even sure what you mean. I mean, you three share the same memories, right? But what if Owen's different? What if he has memories separate from yours? Maybe Owen emerges when the three of you are unaware or unconscious.
Objection.
Instead of speaking as if his fourth personality is a foregone conclusion, I suggest you prove his existence first. Okay, I'm back. Just back. Get me back. You talk about cockroaches going forever. Wow. So much. So much consequences of clicking the wrong place. Do you have proof to back up your theory? Yeah, we saw about the sake. So here's the main thing. Would they let me do this? I don't think they would. In fact, I'm almost entirely sure they won't. That sure would be something. Something showing a lot more foresight than these games have ever done. Alright, we'll go back to... Will we? Oh, heck. Okay. What? That's just shenanigans. Okay.
Take that!
Sake. Wow. It's so terrible to do this again. I'm sorry for making you live through this second time. That's a good one. Okay. Okay, so the shenanigans. Yes. Okay, free, finally. Sorry. Okay. So apparently the thing we have to show is the note, which is evidence of the bun, instead of being able to show the bun.
Objection!
I don't know. This shows what most likely made Wendo lose consciousness. That note? Are you feeling lightheaded, child? Or perhaps a bit peckish? I'm not hungry, and my head feels just fine. Thank you very much. Look at the paper this note is written on. Isn't there something familiar about it? What exactly is your point, defense? The same design here reminds me of the paper from... Yep, it's a piece of the wrapping paper on the box of manju buns by the victim on the floor. Wendo, you may not have drunk any sake, but you did eat a sweet red bean bun, right? Well, yes, that's right. I don't know if you're aware of it or not, Wendo, but I believe the manju you ate caused you to fall unconscious.
The bean bun? But how?
Because those buns contain a secret ingredient. Very punchy secret ingredient, that.
A punchy secret ingredient.
Yeah. The design on the wrapping paper matches that of something else in the room.
It does.
Okay, see, now I can show the photo. Good heck. I just wanted... Why would they not let me? We're just so mean.
Take that!
The camel pattern. It's the same as the order for camel brand sake.
So, just as Uendo said, he didn't drink any sake per se. But he did eat some. Impossible. Uendo had a camel brand red bean bun, which boasts a nice shot of sake as one of its ingredients.
So the defense is claiming that Uendo passed out after consuming a camel sweet bar, which allowed a fourth personality named Owen to emerge. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor. That's exactly what I'm playing.
But there's one thing that bothers me. Wouldn't the alcoholic content of the buns evaporate as they're steamed?
In order to give them a stronger flavor, some manju are specially made to retain as much of their alcoholic content as possible. What kind of lightweight do you think I am? You said a drop would actually knock you out. Even I wouldn't pass out from eating a simple manju. Then how about we test that theory? What do you say, Your Honor?
Seeing is believing, as they say. Very well, I will allow a test.
Thanks, Your Honor. I mean, they do have to consent. Simon, go buy some camel manju on the double. Don't forget to give me one too, okay? Why must I?
And while you're at it, Prosecutor Blackwell, you'll get one from me as well.
I'm not a courthouse stable boy, you know.
But just this once, I acquiesce. Tucker, I'm counting on you. And all of you had better pay me back. Ah, but I thought it would be your treat, Prosecutor Blackwell.
Burb? Yes. Taka is... We're not going to say a good burb, but a well-trained burb.
Now then, let us adjourn until the manju arrive by carrier hawk. Court will reconvene as soon as Taka returns.
Carrier hawk. To be continued. Right now, in fact. Save your current progress? Sure, I'll do it. Wow. Save complete. Let's go. May 13, District Court, Courtroom number 4.
Now that the sweet buns have arrived, this court is back in session.
Go on, Window. Eat up.
Nice flavor. You can really taste the sake. Oh, that was delicious.
Yes, a unique sweetness with the faint aroma of sake. Yet, I hardly think that anyone could pass out from eating something like this. What's the matter, Window? You're not afraid of a tiny manju, are you?
Or are you scared of how many calories it has?
Don't be ridiculous. A sweet little snack like this couldn't possibly... I mean, it could never...
Less bleating, more eating, witness. Fine. Whatever.
Champ, champ. It's Munch.
See? I told you. It
That's a good line.
Don't affect me in the slightest.
It might be a lightweight, but come on. Nobody's that light. Seriously. Nobody gets drugged off of one of the blood.
Conk. Uh-oh. Bum, bum, bum. Oh. It looks like it worked.
Oh my. Witness, please tell the court your name and occupation.
Oh,
Hmm?
huh? Oh, my name is Owen. I'm 5. You're 5 years old? Am I in trouble? Please don't yell at me.
So he's Wendo's fourth personality. I'd hardly think a child like him would have a motive to murder the victim. And even if he had a motive, could he actually have committed the murder? That's a very good point. Owen does appear to be very timid and weak.
Oh,
It seems the defense is hoping this hidden personality would be the real killer. But now that he's standing here before us, it's clear that none of Wendo's personalities can be the killer.
hey. Where can I even go from here? Is she so? Owen, do you know something about what happened to your master? Come on, buddy. Won't you tell Aunt Athena what happened? What a scary lady. I'm not scared. Look at Annie's big smile. Tell me about your master, please. Pretty please, sugar on top. Okay. Shisho was super nice. He always played with me. Just like a real grandpa. I love Shisho.
Athena, do you sense anything behind his words?
I sense sadness. Sadness so pure it's heart-rending, but no discord. Prosecutor said Monty's right. Owen isn't the killer.
But then don't you find it odd?
Find what odd?
Let's review what we've learned so far. Wendo arranged the Carter cards to pin the blame on Bucky.
Well, that's because the original message implicated Owen. But Owen's only 5 years old and absolutely adores Master Tornado.
Exactly. The other 3 personalities also have no motive for murder. If Owen is the true culprit and the person who first laid out the cards,
Probably wouldn't have been Master Tornado. So then who did it? Probably Owen himself.
defense, did the appearance of Owen help you figure anything out?
Yes, Your Honor. I now know who it was that first laid out the cards.
But I thought it was the victim, right?
No, Your Honor. I don't believe it was. The one who first arranged the cards on the table was none other than Windows' 5th personality.
No.
Wet Noodle number 3. The true killer
That's not where I was going. But sure, whatever. I believe the person who laid the cards out is the very person who killed Typhoon Tornado. How quickly you move on to a new target when your own theory proves false. You poor Coonan. I don't know what a Paul Coonan is, but I know I'm definitely not one. And before you start with the sermons, why don't you hear me out?
Yes, let's hear the defense's reasoning. Please proceed, Ms. Sykes. But if you're bluffing, I won't go easy on you.
I understand, Your Honor. Now then, please recall the original crime scene. Who had the Carter card's name when the scene was discovered?
Let's see. I believe they implicated the defendant, Bucky Watt.
Well, that's right. We then found out that the message originally read Owen Forth.
Which implicated the young boy, Owen.
Exactly. And the person who rearranged cards was undoubtedly the window.
Wendo may have kept silent, but we can be sure he already knew his master was dead. His tampering with the crime scene using the TV all but proves it.
I confess. I tampered with the crime scene.
The reason Wendo rearranged the copter cards and moved the TV was because he saw the Owen Forth message and was convinced Owen had committed the crime. Re-register some of these words. He saw the Owen Forth message and was convinced Owen had committed the crime.
Right on, Prosecutor Blackwood. It would seem that Owen and the other three personalities don't share the same memories.
But really, there is no fourth personality. It's just the three of us in here.
Wendo feared that Owen killed Master Tornado, so he tried to hide Owen from us.
But it turns out, Owen is but a 5-year-old child, incapable of hurting a fly.
I don't think we've actually established that, but okay. I mean, I don't expect that it's the case, because you wouldn't expect that from 5-year-olds. But this is a 5-year-old we've only known for 5 minutes. We haven't even asked if there any accidents happened.
Let alone his beloved master.
So naturally, the culprit must be somebody else. And this somebody else, true killer, tried to pin the crime on Owen.
I see. That does make sense.
Objection.
This is not but conjecture, composed of half-truths and fantasy. Who then do you maintain murdered the victim?
I believe Owen might know something about that.
Objection.
I refuse to allow such impromptu testimony, and from a 5-year-old, no less. Such a young child is incapable of producing anything coherent.
Objection!
Yeah, objection.
But your desperation is disgraceful. You should...
I saw it. I saw Shisho getting... Owen, you do know some, don't you? Yeah.
Oh, my, is this true? If so, we must have Owen testify immediately. Don't you agree, Prosecutor Sadmati? It's all right, Owen. Go ahead and tell us what you know.
Witness testimony. I saw it. Shisho was standing with a knife in his hand. Blood was dripping onto Shisho's face, getting it all red. I couldn't move at all. I was so scared, I passed out. This is our witness testimony from the moment of the murder. Owen, can you tell us anything else about what you saw? I was so scared. Oh, so scared. Owen, his emotions are spiraling out of control. Something must have really frightened him.
Is he all right?
His emotions are running wild because he's trying to recall something frightening to him. I recommend a therapy session right away.
I see. Yes, please do whatever you can to help the poor boy.
Will do, Your Honor. I better find and cause these out of control emotions pronto. Shisho was standing with a knife in his hand, making soba noodles. Blood was dripping onto Shisho's face, getting it all red. Bark. I couldn't move at all. I was so scared, I passed out.
Poor kid. He's absolutely terrified of something.
Whatever it is, it might be the root cause of his out-of-control emotions. I better take another careful look at the images.
Right, so this knife, again, is the soba knife. Root cause of the turmoil. I mean, blood on a face is definitely turmoil.
Interesting. Blood? I mean, that's turmoil-ish.
Got it!
Yeah. Blood was dripping down onto Shisha's face. Blood? I don't remember seeing any blood in the crime scene photos. Besides, if the victim was standing upright, how could blood drip down onto his face? As I expected, all we managed to obtain from this child is a tale he dreamt up. I guess it was weird for blood to drip on the victim's face if he was standing up. Unless it dripped down from the ceiling or something. What do you think, Salmon? Don't know. Maybe he had a nosebleed. Owen's one confused and upset kid right now, so who knows how accurate his memory is. Maybe it's time for that thing instead. Huh? What thing? That thing that you and your cohorts do. What do you call it? Rotate your thinking about? Oh, you mean turn your thinking around? What? Yes, whatever. It's the same thing either way. No, it isn't. Who ever heard of rotating your thinking? I mean, rotate... Hey, wait a minute. What? You know what, Simon? In this case, rotate just might work perfectly after all. Come again. All I have to do is rotate things by 90 degrees. When he saw his master, Owen must have been... Oh no. Well, he said 90 degrees.
So let's say lying on the floor, question mark. Because if he was like lying on the floor, then he would be in the same orientation as another person who might also be on the floor. Owen must have been lying on the floor when he witnessed his master's murder. What? Well, that's the conclusion I arrived at when I rotated my thinking by 90 degrees. The other one was 180 degrees and 0 degrees. Which means that all the visuals in my matrix were off by 90 degrees. And? Well, ChatGPT just not all that reliable yet. This means Master Tornado was also lying on the floor, which solves another mystery. And which mystery is that? Mystery how blood could have been dripping on the victim's face. Comes much easier to imagine how that could happen if he was lying down. Like someone bleeding on the Master Tornado from somewhere up above. I remember now. Somebody was sitting up on top of Shisho. So trying to recall his master's bloody killers what spooked Doan originally. Blood that stained the victim's face red came from a person sitting on top. The victim was holding a knife, so he was not likely nicked his attackers he was fighting back. This means his assailant was injured on their face somewhere, like the forehead, perhaps. Assuming the victim was attacked were face to face, then yeah. I see. So that is what happened. But if I recall correctly, the accused has a fresh bandage on his forehead. Does he not? Does anybody else? You're off to bed. Thank you for coming by, Bacon Mutt. I appreciate you. Your continued shenanigans. She also has much of her face covered. But if I recall correctly, the accused has a fresh bandage on his forehead. Does he not? Dum, bum, bam. That injury of Mr. Wetz is conclusive evidence that he committed this murder. Wow! Or, you know, maybe he was choking on soba and trying to do the Heimlich or something. It seems you have dug yourself into a pit you cannot crawl out of. No. Even though I figured out the reason for Owen's out-of-control emotions, all I did was raise further suspicion against my own client. What do I do now? What's the matter? You aren't thinking of throwing in the towel, are you? It looks so bad for Bucky. I mean, he had both motive and opportunity. Plus, he has that injury on his forehead. Your Honor, I sense that the defense is finally ready to let it go and move on. Well, Ms. Sykes, I understand that you don't want to give up on your client, but I won't allow you to prolong this trial without a good reason. Well, that lawyer did her best, but all the signs point to the defendant's guilt. Maybe it's time she gave up. She tried everything she could. I really don't want to back down, but...
Silence!
Athena, are you having doubts about Bucky's innocence? I wouldn't say that. It's just... Do you remember what you said to Bucky earlier this morning? Oh. You mean, you believe me, ma'am? You believe me, ma'am? Of course. No matter what, I believe in you to the very end. Were those just empty words? Of course not. It's just that all the cards are stacked against us. Are you still stuck on that line of thinking? Ah! Motive, opportunity, and an injury to his forehead. Is that all it takes to make you stop believing in your client? Just realize he's sucking on Onataka's feathers. Tell me again, who are you to Bucky? I'm his Ms. Chickadee lawyer. Then do your duty and believe in him until the very end. I will. Simon's absolutely right. I'm Bucky's lawyer, and he's dependent on me. Defense team, please. No fighting in my courtroom. The defense is ready to resume, Your Honor. Prosecutor Blackwell just give me a pep talk, that's all. Thank you, Prosecutor. I didn't do it for your sake. I did it for the future of wet soap. Yeah, I got it. The defense would like to now continue with Owen's therapy session. Owen, would you be alright with that? Okay. So, somebody was sitting up on top of Shisho, bleeding from their head, and smushing something into Shisho's face. Well, that's fine. What is it? I still hear discord in Alan's voice. But I don't sense any inconsistencies between his statements and his emotions. And there don't seem to be any contradictions in his testimony itself either. So that's it, huh? Did you figure something out? Your ability to sense emotions is making you focus too much on his feelings, Athena. But there's actually something he's being very vague about in his testimony. If you can clarify what he's feeling uncertain about with some evidence.
Wine might want to play multiplayer Civ 6 when over.
Sure. As long as he's here at the appropriate time for, before streaming time. You should be able to move forward from there. Okay, that makes sense. I'll give it a try. I'll just update the moon matrix with the new information when we're ready to go.
Yee.
Oof.
Alright, thank you for the hydrate, Utter Ishmael.
I'll just update the mood matrix with the new information and we'll be ready to go. So I just need to present some evidence on what Owen's being vague about, huh? Yeah, like the entire person who's sitting on your master. Perhaps. Perchance. Info update. Shisho had blood on his face and a knife in his hand. He was on the floor and somebody was smushing something into his face. Something. Info update. I couldn't move at all. I was so scared. I passed out. Smushing something. What could the something be? Suffocation? Suffocation with nothing in his lungs. I mean, that would be helpful. There's a whole somebody and something. Those are the vague things. Nothing else is vague. So now, let's see what Owen's feeling uncertain about. It should manifest as something Owen isn't being specific about. What's the matter? Is this too tough for you? No, I'm thinking, so stop distracting me. I think I can guess what Owen's uncertain about. I just don't know which piece of evidence will pull the info I need to the surface. You can't solve this with a rigid thought process. Try kneading your mind as well. Kneading my mind? It's not soba dough, you know. Looks like you've learned a thing or two about making soap, at least. You think? I've only been hearing about it all day today. Well, even with that tiny bit of knowledge, you ought to be able to find your answer. That's salmon. He's figured something out again, hadn't he? And what's the soba making process had to do with what Owen's unsure about? Well, I don't think I have any evidence related to the soba making process. Pretty sure. Yeah. So I'm gonna go with the autopsy and the vague suffocation. What's in his hand? What are you seeing?
Objection!
Oh. What do you think, Owen? Does this piece of evidence go against his statement of yours? No. Not at all, lady. Lady? But you're technically older than me. I mean, that doesn't... Look, Owen, don't call me lady, okay? Oh no, now the lady's mad at me. Mrs. Sykes, please don't make the witness cry. It's not that funny. Alright. Also, how are you seeing this blood if somebody is smushing things into his face, question mark? Something. Something. Something? Making soba. The room is covered in soap flour. Who drink cats? Vagueness. What was being vagified? I mean, if we show the picture, I don't think it is that.
Objection!
But apparently it is. Let's put a name or thing no one's uncertain of, shall we? By identifying the murder weapon that was used to suffocate the victim. Okay, that works. Fortunately for us, I spied the murder weapon right here in this crime scene photo. I mean, you could be suffocated with photos. You could be suffocated with these cushions. The existence of cushions was brought to our attention earlier. Unfortunately for you, I spied nothing of the sort. And the police did not spy anything of the sort during their investigation either. Pray tell, where is this murder weapon? You see? You don't see it because it no longer looks the way it did when it was used as a weapon. This is what the killer pressed into Master Tornado's face. Wait a minute. What are you suggesting? The bowl? I mean, the bowl is a bad example. Wait, what is... I mean, here is a thing with red dripping that we know about, but the victim did not have anything in the lungs. So I'm inclined to go against that possibility. But the thing that I wanted to select, the cushion, I think that would be mean to make me choose it from under here.
And yet perhaps. Well, oh. I mean, it could be just this soup thing without necessarily anything else, but that seems wrong. I want to try the cushion first. I want to see how wrong it is.
Take that!
No. It's right here in the photo.
You really think that that's what the murderer pressed in the victim's face?
Maybe it was this right here? Or wait, maybe that over there.
Stop moving your finger around and around until you get it.
Athena psychs out the judge. Or tries to anyway. Oh, I get it. Yeah, I'm not real psyched about how that went. You were going with the bull.
Take that!
I really don't. Nope.
Well, we're doomed. That's enough. I see no need to further prolong this trial. The defense's case is insufficient to overturn the prosecution's claims. This court finds the defendant, Bucky Wet, guilty.
And try from this seat. Oh, good heck. Shenanigans. Let's put a name to the thing Owen's uncertain of, shall we? By identifying the murder weapon used to suffocate the victim. Fortunately for us, I spied the murder weapon right here in his crime scene photo. Unfortunately for you, I spied nothing of the sort. The police did not spy anything of the sort during their investigation either. Pray tell, where is the murder weapon you see? You don't see it because it no longer looks the way it did when it was used as a weapon. Here's what the killer pressed into Master Tornado's face. Apparently going with the noodles, which might perhaps have been in a dough form at the time.
Take that!
If they just cooked all the blood out? The mystery person that Owen saw pressed soba into the victim's face, thereby suffocating him. I grew weary of your tasteless jokes. How could anyone commit murder with soft, delicate soba? The noodles would instantly fall apart if they were pressed into someone's face.
Yes, I agree.
Well, I disagree. There's ways soap could have been used to suffocate the victim.
What? You will explain your theory at once, Miss Sykes.
To kill Master Tornado, the culprit must smother him with uncut soba dough. The culprit must use soba before his cutting the noodles. In other words, the murder weapon was raw soba dough.
What? Order. Order in the court. Yes, soba dough could definitely be used to suffocate someone, couldn't it?
Are you alright, Prosecutor Sabmati? I was just letting the soul of the victim know that the accused finally faced justice thanks to the foolish lawyer before me. Huh? What are you talking about? Allow me to summarize your statements. As the accused
was killing the victim, slashed in the face by the victim's knife with the weapon he used to suffocate the victim with was the dough in the dressing room. He then disposed of the murder weapon, cutting the soba dough into noodles. Ah! What, you smarmy? Afterwards, the accused put the victim's face into the bowl of soba noodles and broth to wash off the blood that dripped onto the victim's face from his own. There you have it, the true sequence of events behind this foul affair. But now wait just a minute. I never once said Mr. Webb was a culprit. Who, with the accused, knows how to cut dough into noodles? Defense. That's a very good point, Prosecutor Sudmati. I mean, I would say that the victim also knows, for the very fact that they were holding the knife to do that. I heard that cutting soba dough into uniform noodles requires considerable training. But then what about the dying message? How do you explain that? The defendant wouldn't have known about Owen personality. Perhaps the victim was simply playing with the cards, and they hold no other meaning. Perhaps he spelled out Owen's name in jest sometime before his murder. Perhaps he is trying to teach Owen to read. That's true. From Owen's testimony, it's clear that Master Tornado cared for the boy. It appears we've arrived at a compelling conclusion. Taken together, all these points paint a convincing picture of the defendant's guilt.
Hold it!
Owen, is there anything else you can tell us? It doesn't matter how small a detail, anything will do.
Ooh, you're scaring me.
Oh, I'm sorry, Owen. Aunt Athena didn't mean to raise her voice. I have to be gentle with him. I can't forget he's only 5 years old. No need to be scared, okay, sweetie? Just tell us everything you can remember. Well, when I woke up, the person who killed Shisho was standing over me, bleeding from their head. Oh, you saw a killer's face? Oops, I did it again. So who was it, Owen? Do you remember? Oh, I don't know who it was. I'm picking up some noise. That means there's still something uncovered in Owen's testimony. I don't know what Owen saw. Suffice it to say, we are analyzing the dreams of a child. We've wasted enough of our time in defense. Let it go and move on. No, there's still discord in Owen's heart that needs to be addressed. Therefore, I can't give in here. Oh, do you think you can continue your testimony for us? Oh, okay. I'll enter new info and run an update then. Shisho had blood on his face and a knife in his hand. Info update. He was on the floor and somebody was pushing dough into his face. It's just like, you don't need to breathe. I couldn't move at all. I was so scared, I passed out. And when I woke up, the person who killed Shisha was standing over me. Owen saw a real killer's face. His ultra-critical eyewitness testimony. He must have been so scared. Wait a minute. What's that one emotion doing in there? Alright. Distress surprise. Distress surprise. Distress surprise. Look up. Happy. Happy. Despite witnessing the culprit's terrible crime firsthand, Owen experienced a positive feeling, one of relief. The person the witness saw was no stranger, rather, it was the accused. Therefore, it is only natural that he felt some level of relief when he saw a familiar face. Defense, end this madness, and sully your soul no more. Owen, who do you say? That nice smell. I love the smell of that perfume. Bum, bum, bum. Bye-bye. It's the smell of helium. You can do it. Try to remember, Owen. Oh, the smell of Well, Owen. Hydrate. Just hydrate. It seems Owen is now resting in the infirmary. It's lucky we have such spacious accommodations. Because they certainly have their hands full today down there. Let's continue with the trial. Despite Owen's testimony, it is the opinion of his humble servant, the Holy Mother, that the child's words were insufficient to clear the accused of suspicion. But what about scented perfume Owen mentioned? I believe it's a clue that leads to the true culprit. But there are thousands of perfumes in the world. It could even be the scent of the hair product the accused uses. He does have one amazing hairstyle, so that's certainly possible. The judge apparently spends time being jealous of hair. The witness is a 5-year-old boy. He cannot tell the difference between conventional perfumes and hair products. Why couldn't you have gone for a crew cut or something, Bucky? What's more, the only person who can cut soba noodles with such precision is the accused, and no other. Oh man, how am I supposed to argue with that? So, the person Owen saw at the scene of the crime can only be the accused, Bucky Wet. What the? Hey. I never use hair products or anything with a smell. If I wore something like that, the smell would get into the soba. Boom, check it. Huh? I hope he's feeling better. Mr. Wet, are you supposed to be resting in the infirmary?
Hey,
Whatever. You think I'll let my soba stink of perfume? Try that chill soba for yourself and see.
I believe we have no choice but try it. Strictly for examination purposes, of course. Now then, let's dig in, shall we?
Modules.
That was delightful.
Poisoned with mercury.
No! It's supposed to be... Eat your hamburgers, Athena.
No. Well, I'm satisfied there are no traces of hair products or perfumes in Mr. Wet's soba. First, sweet bean buns, and now...
But it's soba.
Savory soba. What a delightful trial this has been. This texture is different from the soba I had the other day. It reminds me of a dish we have in Korean
It's culturally appropriate.
called banupun. Banupun?
Could be. What'd you think, Miss Chickadee? My soba's pretty good, isn't it? It's delicious. Don't you think so, Simon?
It still pales in comparison to his late father's cuisine.
So, Simon, why you always gotta be so hard on me?
Bailiff, take the defendant back to the infirmary at once for some rest.
Rest? Hey, I ain't a lump of plain old weedy udon dough, you know. I'm fresh like my soba. Don't let soba dough rest. It's about the three freshes of soba. Grind the seeds fresh, cut the dough fresh, boil the noodles fry. Poor fella.
Good grief, what a defendant.
Question 20. It's old for a Phoenix Wright character.
Good grief, what a defendant.
Waste bucket wasn't the source of the perfume smell. Wait, smelly perfume?
It looks like you remembered something.
Phrase smelly perfume reminded me of a certain somebody.
Oh, and who might that be?
There's only one person that comes to mind. The phrase smell perfume reminds me of this person, Simon Blackwell. Famous for his soba boutique. I mean, well, see, the other thing is there's like literally nobody else that we haven't. I don't believe it.
Take that!
Dear Tornado? Yes, she did smell very nice, didn't she? Just a moment of defense. You would throw suspicion on Gare now because of a scent? Your Honor, there is no need to go along with these ever-changing claims of the defense.
There's no need to go along with anything to do a quick poll. Shall we continue? Of course we shall continue, but it's up to the vote. Got 2 minutes.
Your Honor, there is no need to go along with these ever-changing claims of the defense. I suppose our claims have been awfully inconsistent.
But Gator could have been at the crime scene.
Yes, but
You get to see those balloons of hers if we call her back to the witness stand. All right, Athena, none of that.
How vulgar. His Honor is not interested in such things. I'm old, but not dead. Not setting the matter of balloons inside entirely. I do believe it's appropriate to ask Gabe some questions, given the circumstances. This has nothing to do with her balloons, of course.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Poor Kunka.
Thank you for calling this disciple of the Tornado School of Rakugo back for an encore. It's me, the balloon artist you all know and love, Gator Tornado. On to blue.
What wonderful balloon artistry.
Your Honor, please. Now then, what would you like me to make for you this time? Actually, I call you back for more testimony. But I'm all talked out. This case has left me completely deflated. What? You didn't find that funny? Anyway, what exactly is going on, Simon?
It seems the person who murdered Master Tornado was wearing perfume.
You were the only person I could think of who wears perfume. Wait, you mean I'm a suspect now? Gator, you knew about Owen, right? Well, yes. I often played with him at Shisho's request. So that means you could have left that fake Don message, right? What? Just because I wear perfume and know Owen? You think I'm a murderer? Oh, how could you? The witness is absolutely right. There's no evidence but the distorted memories of a small child. It is outrageous of the defense to accuse this woman. That's right. You don't even have any proof. You may step down from the stand, Gator. The defense does not have one scrap of evidence that connects you to the crime, do we? Are there balloons upon this shenanigan? Are there balloons upon the moons? I don't know. Wait just 1 minute. I may not have proof, but Owen's testimony still. Enough. Please feel free to leave, Gator. But I'm so close. There must be something I can do. Well, if the prosecutor says it's okay, then I guess I'll be going now.
Silence.
Hi, Gator. You're an entertainer, aren't you? Once you go on stage, it's your duty to complete your performance, is it not? So what are you doing, leaving halfway through? Ah! There's a bandage on Gator's forehead. And since we know Master Tornado's killer has a cut on their face somewhere, impossible. How do you know, Simon? Didn't, but I had to take a chance and see for myself. Otherwise, your theory would remain a groundless accusation. Your Honor, Prosecutor said Marty, scent of perfume and injury on the forehead. These things are completely consistent with Owen's testimony. Searching her without a warrant? You sure? The mysterious individual Owen saw in the dressing room could have been Gabe.
Miss Sykes, does this mean you're formally indicting this witness for murder of Typhoon Tornado? Should your accusation prove to be false, I hope you are prepared to pay the price in full.
So, Simon, what price are you talking about?
I thought it should be obvious. Prosecutor Sadmonk is saying he'll see to it you never stand in a court of law again.
Sure he's not saying I haven't, I'm just meriting 1,000 years in the hell of tickling.
I must say, though, he knows how to make a trial interesting.
Just whose side are you on, Simon?
Well, he's a prosecutor. Go on, then. Into the deep end with you. You really have but one choice anyway. Well, Miss Sykes, I'm waiting.
With regards to witness Gabe Tornado, the defense wishes to indict. There's no reason for me to hold back, not if I really believe in my client. Defense wishes to formally indict Gabe Tornado for the murder of Typhoon Tornado.
I've tried to be merciful, but now, not even your pleas would reach the Holy Mother's ears. You have plenty of time to regret your decision in the pit of hell.
Except I won't need to. The person who murdered the victim was not Mr. Webb. It was Gator Tornado.
That bandage is just from a silly slip-up I made while cooking yesterday, that's all.
Cooking soba noodles? What kind of extreme cooking were you doing to cut yourself on the forehead?
Well, what can I say? That's what happened.
You also don't have an alibi for the period before 4 p.m., do you, Gabe?
But I really didn't know anything was wrong until Shisha was found dead. If you don't believe me, then with a twisty twist. And Blue! There you have it, an adorable little kitty. How could you suspect a cutesy little balloon artist like me?
Gabe, I've been meaning to say this for a while now, but could it be that you don't have an eye for balloon art?
Don't you think I know that? You didn't have to come out and say it. I'm the daughter of a great Rakugo artist. I never wanted to do stupid balloon art. I was supposed to be a Rakugo storyteller, too, just like my late daddy. But Shisha told me to do balloon art instead.
Well, I guess the victim thought she had no talent as a Rakugo artist either.
So you're still gonna suspect a poor little thing like me?
Please stop trying to skirt the issue, especially after you just gave us motive. Hydrate, yes. Literally in the process. Thank you, Ishmael. It all comes down to scent of perfume and the cut on your forehead. You and the culprit in Owen's testimony share these two traits.
You're dead set on accusing me, aren't you? Well, here's what I have for naughty little girls like you, with a twisty twist. I'ma cut you, witch. Go ahead, make me testify all you want. When the truth's revealed, it'll be your balloon or mine that goes pop. Got it?
Oh my, this is yet another hidden personality.
Simon, is everybody in the Tornado School like this?
How should I know?
What I did before the murder.
Yeah, I visited the dressing room during that time to make a courtesy call after my act. Shisho and Owen were in there, but they were both snoring up a storm. I saw the note Shisho left, so I just left. Didn't want to disturb them, you know. The perfume Owen smelled must have been left over from when I visited.
So Gare's saying she went into the dressing room, but then left right away. Don't take her at her word. Come on, do you really think I would? I'm just trying to figure out how to get her to talk about what really happened. Now then, Miss Sykes, you may proceed with your cross-examination. Cross-examination. What I did before the murder.
Yeah, I visited the dressing room during that time to make a courtesy call after my act.
Hold it!
A courtesy call after your performance, huh? Come think of it, a window mentioned making the same kind of visit.
Yeah, a visit to your master before and after your routine. That's just common courtesy with us Rakugo artists and entertainers.
Were you on the docket? Yes, balloon act. So that means you paid the victim a courtesy call before your performance too, right? What'd you see at that time?
He was having him drinking, getting himself in a festive mood. He liked to say the drinking gave him a silver tongue.
So he's already drinking by now.
Wendell wasn't there in the dressing room yet at the time. He must have gone in there during my act, 'cause when I went back, Shisho and Owen were in there. They were both snoring up a storm.
Hold it!
Snoring, huh? That wasn't what anybody heard. Can you describe how they appeared?
They were both stretched out on the floor, snoozing away.
So sitting the victim up and over the table must have been the culprit to do it. After all, who wouldn't stretch out on the floor if they could take a nap? If they could take a nap. Plus, that matches up with what Owen said in his testimony. But if he was asleep, how could you tell it was Owen? Good question. How'd you know it wasn't a window? Well, I'm absolutely 900% sure they sleep in different ways. We already saw from the reconstructed memory of Owen a sleeping position, them being caught up in the blanket and unable to move. Bark, bark, bark. How'd you know it wasn't a window?
I've known the guy for ages. One look at his face and I know which one I'm dealing with.
I see.
I saw the note Shisho left, so I just left. Didn't want to disturb him, you know.
Hold it!
Where'd you find your master's note?
I don't know. Can't remember.
Do you notice anything else unusual or out of place in the room?
Well, there was the sake and a half-eaten manju on the table, but I didn't see anything else out of place or whatever in the room, though.
Oh, is that a fact?
Of course it is. What do you think?
And you didn't change anything around while you were in there?
I didn't do anything. Look, I'm telling you. I didn't see anything funny near Shisha, and I didn't touch anything in the room.
Your boldness, I request that Gail's last statement be added to her testimony. Simon, what's a statement like that going to do for us?
Just play along and you'll see soon enough. I have no problem with adding that to the testimony, but how about you, Miss Sykes?
I have no problem with it either, Your Honor. What is Simon thinking?
I didn't see anything funny near Shisha, and I didn't touch anything in the room. Okay, do we have any suggestion that there was anything funny or that she touched? Because there's, I mean, the room is full of things. Things that have been moved around, things that have been altered. What are things that I would point to? What would I pin on?
Hold it!
So I just want to confirm. You didn't see anything at all unusual or out of place anywhere around the victim? I already told you, nothing. And you didn't touch anything at all in the dressing room? How many times I gotta say? No, I didn't touch anything. Wait, but then she's saying she didn't say what a window immediately saw when he checked the victim's body? Does that mean it wasn't there yet that time? Oh, hold on. I guess there was something. What is it? What is it? The sober-making equipment was already there in the room. That means Bucky must have been in there in the dressing room before me, doing something.
Aha! Thanks for the non-help. Well, new statement's been added. She's still sticking to her guns. She said she didn't see anything unusual in the dressing room. But that strikes me as a little strange on its own. Really? Why?
If Master Tornado really is the one who left that, you'd think Gator would have noticed it. And if Master Tornado wasn't the one who left it, we must ask who did. You know what I'm getting at, don't you, Athena?
I think so. I really appreciate Simon's help, but I gotta come up with the answer myself this time. Okay, I need to be moving around a little, so I'm gonna take a break here. Y'all can do likewise, get a drink, do some self-care, whatever you might happen to need. We will see you back here in about 5 minutes. Bark, 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 bark.
Oh boy, all right. Back. Stand up. You're moving around. Grab a pie. All right. I really appreciate Simon's help, but I gotta come up with the answer myself this time. Yeah. All right. After the act, they were both there. Okay. Snoring. They were both snoring. So she's saying that both of them were still alive for sure. Thought to have been written by the victim. Resting, do not disturb. Didn't see anything funny near Shisho. Didn't touch anything in the room. So this is a problem. Because Owen saw it. Right? So why didn't you see this? Question mark. Well, again, she's saying that they were asleep. If they were asleep and snoring. Okay, so first off, her act was before Uendo's. Actually, why is Uendo in there? Or why is... Yeah, that's Bark Bark. How is Owen there when after her show, Owen's headmate is supposed to be on stage performing? I'm going to object with that. The game is not going to like it. But bark, bark, bark.
Objection!
No, I don't care. Your Honor, the witness's statement contradicts with this piece of evidence. Oh? Let us ask that panda over there what he thinks. Is there really a contradiction here? Oh, noble panda. No, there is no contradiction. There you have it. If Mr. Panda says there is none, then it must be true. Yikes. Damn, boy. Nice panda. Yeah, I don't...
Objection!
Gator, you said you didn't notice anything odd or unusual near your master. Y'all said you didn't touch anything in the dressing room. That's right. What about it? Then, I wonder who left that down message with the cards. What are you going on about? It had to have been that Bucky. Sorry, but that's not possible. Because only 3 people knew Wendo's personalities. Wendo, your master, and you. If Bucky had left that Carter message, he wouldn't have spelled out Owen. He would have spelled out Uendo. What it boils down to is this. As a member of the Tornado School, you gave Tornado. Oh, the only one who could have left that damn message. And as the person who left that message, it's
clear that you are Master Tornado's killer.
Will you ever quit your yapping?
Objection.
Ah,
You are like wretches clinging to the spider thread of salvation. Allow me to cut that holy thread from the heavens and bring you back down to earth.
would you quit butting in whenever things start to go my way?
Silence, child. Playtime is over.
What'd you just say?
As the witness stated, she went into the dressing room, soon came back out again. But the victim's note was not the only reason she left with such haste. There was another reason that compelled Gail to leave at once. Gail, would you please relate said reason to the court?
There's a reason why Gator had to leave the dressing room?
Well, I didn't want to show you this, but I guess I got no choice. Keep your eyes peeled, because here it comes.
Huh? Your hand's all swollen and red. What happened, Gator?
If you must know, I'm allergic to buckwheat.
What?
Allergic reactions to buckwheat can vary, though they're usually on the severe side. With Typh Tornado making soba noodles in his dressing room, Gate is lucky to still be alive, considering all the soba flour that was swirling in the air. Good thing I left pretty quick. I managed to escape with just a mild reaction. But I touched Shishu as he's being carried away, and look what it did to my poor hands. There must have been soba broth on his clothes or something. If I'd inhaled any of that soba flour, I'd have had a seizure, and it'd have been good night Gator. I never could have stayed in that dressing room for very long.
The person allergic to buckwheat couldn't be in a room with soba flour in the air. And certainly couldn't use soba dough as a murder weapon either.
However, if they were doing it, their hands might end up looking like that. This ain't good.
You knew it would come to this, didn't you? That's why you never mentioned her allergy. As if I would do anything so underhanded. I was simply trying to protect the privacy of this witness. I'm sick of all these accusations. Why don't I just testify and get it all out into the open, yeah? Witness testimony.
Gator's buckwheat allergy. Hold on a sec.
Oh.
If I come into the slightest contact with buckwheat, I get an allergic reaction. And with that much soba flour in the air, that room could have literally killed me. Look in my hand. Just touching the Shisho's body caused this much damage. There must have been soba broth on his clothes. So I never could have committed that murder in the dressing room.
I still can't believe it. Nobody told me she had a soba allergy. Do you know, Simon?
Does it look like I know? Protect the privacy of the witness, my foot. What a dirty trick.
Now what do we do? There's only one thing to do. Put Prosecutor Sadmonk to shame with your cross-examination. Right. No matter how small, I'll find us an opening and break your testimony down. Cross-examination. Heck. Gabriel's buckwheat allergy. If I come into the slightest contact with buckwheat, I get an allergic reaction.
Hold it!
You're not lying about this soap allergy of yours, right?
Of course not. I swear on the grave of my father up in heaven. I can even get you a doctor's certificate if you want.
She seemed to be telling the truth.
I've had this allergy for as long as I can remember. But I'd never dreamt in a million years it'd clear me of murder.
And you'll come out of this smelling like a delicate buckwheat flower to boot.
Well said, Your Honor. And with that much silver flower in the air, that room could have literally killed me.
Hold it!
I'll give you that there's quite a bit of flour scattered about in that dressing room. But you went in to pay your respects to your master regardless, right?
Yeah, but like I said, I came right back out. I mean, the soap-making tools were right there. You better believe I was careful not to breathe any of it in.
You're wearing a nose covering, in fact. You still could have committed this crime if you had your breath while doing it.
Don't be ridiculous. I would have suffocated to death before Shisho did.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Jeez, get a grip, would ya? Look at my hand. Just touching Shisho's body caused this much damage.
Hold it!
Maybe there's a twist here. Like you're actually allergic to dogs and not sober.
You kidding? Bring my little Jugama in here. I'll hug and squeeze him like there's no tomorrow.
You wouldn't feed them, buckwheat dumplings, would you? One questions and wonders.
Just saying. I'm telling you, I have a genuine, honest-to-goodness soba allergy. Defense, the witness clearly has an authentic allergy to buckwheat. Any further deliberation on the matter would be meaningless, pointless, worthless. You heard the man, lawyer girl.
All right, fine. You can see where Athena specializes. That she's totally fine in accepting Uendo being plural. Because psychology is her specialty. But when it comes to allergies, suddenly she's calling things into question. I was just starting to think the same thing myself. Doesn't mean I have to like it, though.
I probably got this allergic reaction on my hand here because I touched Shisha. There must have been soba broth on his clothes.
Hold it!
I have a question about that, actually. If you're allergic to soba, does that mean you're allergic to noodle broth, too?
Well, the buckwheat from the noodles can dissolve into the broth, so duh. Touching soba broth can be just as deadly for me. Don't you know anything? What an amateur.
I'm sorry. Do I look like a doctor to you?
Look, anything that has soba in it, or anything that is touched soba, is like poison to me. So I never could have committed that murder in the dressing room.
Hold it!
So, I just want to cover all my bases, but could the murder possibly occurred somewhere other than the dressing room?
Objection.
Ooh, that is out of the question. It isn't. By even asking, you show your complete disregard for all we have discussed until now. Because the thing is, like the TV set showing Uendo's show could, on the one hand, be meant to provide Uendo with, could be used to suggest that, I'll put these sentences together. To suggest that he was still alive when he was already dead, but also could have been done to suggest that he was still in the room when he might not have been in the room. There we go. I got there. I'm a little on the sleepy side, so great enough function. By even asking, you show your complete disregard for all we have discussed until now. Yes, I have to agree. The defense can't go around suggesting new premises without basis. Unfortunately for you, Shisho didn't take a single step from his dressing room around the time of the murder. Well, that is unfortunate for everyone. Add that to your testimony. Gator could not have possibly committed this crime in a room where soba was being made. Finally, the time has come for the last rites of the victim to begin. What would Mr. Wright do at a time like this? Out of gates, there's only one thing to do. What are you smiling about? Has the pressure overwhelmed you? No? It's just worst of times when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. We are Phoenix Wright's game, and we are gonna pound this toxic positivity message into the ground. I see you have no rebuttal, and so the only thing left to you is to smile. Oh, that's where you're wrong. I do have a rebuttal. Turn your thinking around, Athena. Don't try to figure out how Gator, who's allergic to soba, could commit the crime. Figure out how Gator could be in that room and not have an allergic reaction instead. Let me rest. Maybe if I were a lump of regular flour dough for udon noodles. But I'm fresh, like my soba. You don't let soba dough rest. It's all about the three freshes. Fried the buckwheat seed fresh, cut the dough fresh, boil the noodles fresh. He's blacked out. Resting. Not disturbed. Oh. Is it udon noodles that are resting? It appears to have been written by the victim. Allow me to read it. Resting. Do not disturb. Yes, that's the note I saw. After reading that, who wouldn't think Shisha was napping? Well, given that the note was probably this note here on the actual equipment for making things. Shenanigans. After reading that, who wouldn't think Shisha was napping? If you must know, I'm allergic to buckwheat. Mon Dieu! What if that certain piece of evidence doesn't mean what we think it means? If that's the case, I might be able to prove Gator could have committed this crime. No matter how hard you search your mind, you cannot overturn facts.
Well, Miss Sykes, if you have no further objections, I'll hand down my ruling.
True, I can't overturn facts. What if we got our facts about a piece of evidence wrong?
Got our facts wrong? What are you talking about now?
And which piece of evidence do you mean, Miss Sykes? Please point it out to this court.
This evidence proves Gator could have killed her master even with her soba allergy.
Take that!
It's Master Tornado's no.
The no.
Preposterous. What possible connection could there be between the witness's allergy and that note?
The answer lies in true meaning this no.
It's true meaning.
This no doesn't mean I'm resting, do not disturb, as we'd assumed. But rather, it actually means this doe's rested, do not disturb it. Wait a minute, Athena. That doesn't make any sense. You're right, it doesn't. After all, as Bucky told us many a time, you don't let sober dough rest.
What's all this jibber-jabber got to do with anything?
This is it, the home stretch. This note and Ms. Wett's words have led me to the conclusion that Master Tornado was making udon noodles. Victim Typhoon Tornado was not making buckwheat noodles. He was making ordinary udon noodles instead.
Porkunka.
That layer of flour in the dressing room wasn't soba flour, we're paying on wheat flour for udon. Okay, and nobody thought to notice a difference? Or is it still to be made of the same types of flour? Well, no, it wouldn't be because one's not buckwheat, right? What is a bark, bark, bark? Anyway. So actually, it was totally possible for Gator to be in that room and kill her master.
What? But if that's true, it changes everything.
Yeah. Your Honor, defense requests the flour in the room be tested immediately.
Objection.
Soba noodles found in the bowl, and Gator did have a reaction on her hand. How do you explain those things?
Well,
Even with udon flour instead of soba, you still cannot prove Gator committed the crime.
aside from the eyewitness. But
Don't lose your nerve now. Keep charging forward, you'll feel my blade at your back.
enough with the threats already, I got it. Talk about pressure. All right, Athena, take a deep breath and go over everything again. I'm going to revisualize the case from start to finish. Woo-hoo-hoo! Zoomies time! I found conclusive evidence that Gator committed this murder. What was Master Tornado making in his dressing room? Udon.
Master Tornado was making udon.
On my logic, Master Tornado must have been making udon noodles in his dressing room. But something at the crime scene indicates otherwise. What was found in the bowl on the table? Soba.
There was soba in the bowl.
Even though the master wasn't making soba, soba noodles were found at the scene. So that means the noodles had to come from somewhere. Wait a minute. One mysterious servant of soba noodles? That sounds familiar. Where did soba and the bowl on the table come from? The master's soba stock? Would he have a stock? We talked about him making soba. Where is that as a, Where was my evidence that said, well, he's got, a soba-related, routine. Okay, that needs to be updated because he was not. Bark. Okay.
A catering service.
No. Masters. No, where did... I mean, I guess just the fact that he wasn't making the noodles. Whatever the noodles were. I'm gonna go with it. Well... I don't know, actually. Okay.
The soba was from the master's soba stock.
Soba noodles found at the scene were from master stock of uncooked noodles. But then why would the culprit go out of her way to cook that soba and put it in the bowl? Why would the culprit cook soba noodles and put them in the bowl? To hide the udon dough. Oh, you just made bad soba noodles? I don't know.
The culprit wanted to hide the udon dough.
Soba was found at the scene, so that means the culprit must have taken the udon with her to hide it. But why did the culprit take the udon away and hide it? It must have been because she killed him with the udon dough.
Because she has a grudge against udon.
Go.
The murder weapon was udon dough.
Well, that's it. The udon dough was a real weapon he used to kill Typhoon Tornado. And the reason why no weapon was found is because Gabe got rid of the dough somehow. The real murder weapon was the udon dough the victim made. We can find this dough, that'll prove my theory correct. And undeniably prove Gabe's guilt.
Objection!
Even if we could find this dough, what makes you think that it would prove she's the one? Please recall Owen's eyewitness testimony, prosecutor said mighty. If the injury on Gabe's forehead was caused by the victim's knife, then Gabe's blood must have dripped down on the dough used as the murder weapon. That'd make the dough pretty conclusive evidence, wouldn't you agree? Oh no. Used to make dumplings for the dog? Leftovers were buried in the yard. Dig them up. That'd make the dough pretty conclusive evidence, wouldn't you agree? Where is this conclusive evidence? Let us hear your theory on where this murder weapon is. Can I point directly to it? I would love to. Just in the yard. Okay. Well, if I can't find the answer in the evidence I have on hand, we'll lose this trial. So how can I get rid of you on dough? Thank you, Athena. What do I have that points suspicious behavior on Gator's part?
Now then, Miss Sykes, let's hear your answer. Where's the real murder weapon hidden?
It's in the yard. Okay, last poll for the day. To continue or to swap? It's like a Monty Hall problem. You want to stay with the door you have, or do you want to switch? The goat is somewhere. You have 2 minutes.
Where's the real murder weapon hidden?
Giving me hints. Nice barking you did there. I assume you have the bite to back it up. Stop distracting me, especially not right now. Spoilers. Backseating. This piece of evidence can point us to the location of the hidden murder weapon. Wait. Okay, point us to? So you don't want me to point to it. You want the piece of evidence that points us to it.
Take that!
Gail? What is it? I'm just an innocent girl. I don't know anything about a murder. Stuff that cute act in your balloon hat. Good. Gabe got rid of the dough she used to kill Master Tornado in a bold and daring way. She did it right in front of Prosecutor Blackwell's nose by feeding it to her dog. But no, Of course, now it all makes sense. I was puzzled as to why Gator, who should know her own dog's eating habits, would feed Juggerman more than he could possibly finish. Your Honor, please order an investigation of the yard right now.
And what should the police at the theater be looking for exactly?
Juggerman must have buried his leftover dumplings somewhere around his doghouse. Dumplings the Gator made out of the udon dough with her blood in it. This is preposterous. Oh, and thank you, Simon. If you hadn't kept me going, I might have given up along the way. What are you blathering on about? We still have work to do. Now, by your hand, finish this wretched case off, Theda. You got it. Gator, you remember what you said would happen when the truth is finally revealed? When the truth's revealed, it'll be your balloon of mine that goes pop. Got it? Well, now truth's out, it looks to me like it's your balloon that goes pop. Orkunka. I'm a Rakugo artist. I was the one who was supposed to inherit that name. Then the Shisho. Why are my balloons bursting? Daddy, are you mad at me? I've been a bad girl. Oh. You ready to tell us everything now, Gator? The whole reason I entered the world of Rakugo in the first place was to follow in my father's wonderful footsteps and inherit his stage name. Stage name? You don't mean Wind Tornado. I knew I wasn't very good at storytelling, but I thought that
If I did the stupid balloon thing like Shisha wanted, I'd inherit the name someday. But Master Tornado gave a name to his junior disciple. Yeah. That's why I took my revenge on the Shisho during the show celebrating the name succession. So that was your entire motive? I doubt anybody else could understand, but inheriting my father's name was everything to me. It was my whole reason for living.
Of all the days you could have taken your revenge, why did you choose the day of the show?
Because I wanted to pay Wendo back for stealing what was rightfully mine. I wanted to pin the blame on him at the show where all the Tornado fans were gathered. But then Wendo tried to shift the blame onto Bucky Wet. Now we know the whole story.
There's just one more thing I want to know. Did you know Master Tornado was making udon in his dressing room yesterday?
No, I didn't. When I saw the soba making tools, I was worried about my allergy. It was my only chance to get my revenge on the two of them, so I went ahead and did it.
So it was a premeditated crime, but in the end you only went through with it on impulse. Then, the allergic reaction on your hand. Is it from touching the soba in the refrigerator with your bare hands? When you were tampering with the crime scene after your master's death?
Yeah. By that time, I wasn't clear-headed enough to worry about my allergy.
Gaben, how could you do all this, you idiot?
Gabe, I get your desire to inherit your father's name. What you really should have inherited from him wasn't his name, but his heart. His heart?
Do you have anything to add, Prosecutor Sudmati? Any objections?
No, Your Honor. Ms. Athena Sykes. Yes? Well, that's the first time he's used my name. I shall be sure to remember your name. Really?
Seems he finally recognizes you as a proper adversary.
Thanks. That's all I asked, Prosecutor Sadmati.
It looks like there are no further objections. Bailiff, please bring in the defendant.
You didn't even have to show up, hardly.
Ah, good. Seems you've made a full recovery. Now then, this court finds the defendant, Bucky Wet,
Bucky.
not guilty.
He was not here. It's just like, yeah, whatever.
This court is adjourned. May 13, 11:55 a.m. District Court. Defendant, lobby, number 6.
Congratulations, Bucky. I'm so glad you're found innocent.
Thanks for everything, Ms. Chickadee.
But it still sucks that you're accused of a crime you didn't commit. Did Wendell have it out for you or something?
I don't think so.
Wendo said it was a spur-of-the-moment idea when he got when he saw the Sopa-themed cards.
Simon, where you been?
I stopped into Wendo's questioning. Only you, Bucky, could get framed for a crime on a whim.
No way. I almost got convicted out of convenience. Well, at least you've been completely cleared on all charges, so buck up, Bucky. On a more important note, what I really want to know is, why didn't Master Tornado let Gator inherit her father's name? What do you mean, on a more important note, Ms. Chickadee? Oh, don't be such a wet blanket. Just go with the flow. Now, come on. You think the master was trying to encourage her to quit the entertainment business? No, that's not it. He didn't give a name to her because he wanted Gator to find her own calling in life, to perform whatever she wanted without being bound by her father's name, Rakugo. Making udon was his way of showing his support for her in her new endeavor. So that's why I called you a theater, huh? Teach him how to make udon? A more roundabout way I've never seen, but that's Master Tornado for you. So this entire incident happened because of misunderstanding? How sad. By the way, Gator wasn't the only person Master Tornado was trying to cheer on, even though the person in question still seems unaware of the Master's intentions. What? You talking about me? Come on, no way. All that old man ever did was criticize my soba. You mean tell you about ways to improve your soba? Well, that's not true, Bucky. There must be a way to make Bucky see just how much Master Tornado cared about him. I mean, there's a deed that he was gonna hand over. What's this say? Can I see it? This is to certify that Mr. Bucky Wet, bark, given under my hand and the District Land Registry. Anyway,
Take that!
take a good look, Bucky. Whose name's on there as a holder of this title deed? It's still in my name. Master Tornado was just up to one of his tricks when he said he stole the shop from you. He was trying to force you to grow into a truly capable owner in your father's stead. He probably used some tough love on you so that the shop wouldn't just go belly up. Oh, I see. I never knew. Oh, Master Tornado, I'm so sorry. Keep working hard, Bucky, and pay him back by living up to his expectations. Thanks, Sammy. You too, Ms. Chickadee. One day, my soap is gonna be so good, it'll knock that old man's socks clean off. Well, probably not. But, yeah. After all, I'm a fourth generation owner of Wet Soba, Wet Noodle number 4. Well, I better be getting back to my shop. I gotta get ready for lunch rush. Hold on. Can I place an order for delivery, Bucky? Yes, Ms. Chickadee. Can you deliver a bowl of udon to Gator on behalf of her master? You got it. I'll make sure it's got all the TLC Master Tornado would have packed in it too. Maybe even a secret evil helping a buckwheat. Thank you. Well, see ya. Be sure to drop by the shop sometime. I will. And I'll bring a whole agency with me. Do us all proud, Bucky. I'll have the best soba in town waiting for you when you come. Peace out. Ah, it's nice to see somebody giving it their all, isn't it? I wonder if I leveled up any thanks. I wonder if I leveled up any thanks to this case. You check your experience points. Don't kid yourself. The trial would have been a spectacle and a half had I not been by your side. You know that. For a lawyer who's versed in psychology, you're too full of weak points. You need to learn to analyze yourself more objectively. Or you could just teach me your famous mind tricks, Sammy. No. Way to shut someone down. Why not? Because the more pesky lawyers there are, the harder my job becomes. So it's in my best interest for you to remain green forever. Hey, what about what's in my best interest, huh? Besides, weren't you the one who had the wool pulled over your eyes by a window? Must you remind me? How could I have known a window would do time sober? Hey, speaking of time sober, I just thought of something funny. Oh, goody. I can't wait. Okay, here it is. In time sober, why didn't my number 9 get counted? Come on, do you know, Simon? How should I know? 'Cause 7, 8, 9. Thank you, thank you. I'll be here all week. Right the phone. That I should have known. Come on, let's go get sober or something and go home. Your treat? I'll treat you to 50% of the time. And don't forget, you still owe me for that manager. Really, Simon? It wouldn't hurt for you to pay for me it wouldn't hurt for you to pay for me every once in a while, you know? Quit squawking and talk walking, Athena. Hi, wait for me. I may still have a ways to go as a lawyer. Just like Mr. Ryan Apollo and Simon before me. I'm gonna get there someday. Hey, you just solved this case with no prior information, no access to your defendant, and it only took you 2 streams. Notice your power. Come on. I'm gonna get there someday. After all, I inherited their passion for our courts and the law. Je peux le faire. I can do this. Yeah. Okay. Oh, those are the initials of the people. BOKG, I guess. Anyway, current progress. It's gonna be a new one, but we're not continuing from here because it's the end of the day. So bring up the